What is up, and welcome to Tell Me I'm Wrong. I am Marsh. I'm joined on this podcast debut by Rick Blaze, Slippery Ricks, Ricky Fresh, I don't know what else. Rick and then Ron Yell. If you're tuning in on YouTube, Ron Yell's got the black and white filter on his camera for some reason. Rick, how about we do this? Let's do some quick intros. It's our first podcast. People probably are saying they might know one of us. They probably don't know all three of us. So, Rick, introduce yourself to the audience. Who are you? What are you about? Give us the lowdown.
I'm Rick Blaze, aka Mr. Morris Day 2K. I'm here on the podcast. Also, probably know me as a musician, one half of Blazing Black / producer / rapper / actor / they just call me Cordell Stewart. I'm just ///.
All right, that's Rick. Also nominated, right, for an award. Am I correct? Blazing Black, you guys were nominated. Look at that.
Absolutely.
We got an award nominee on this podcast. That's a legitimate show right there.
Hey, also, I have my own day in the city too, so we can get to all that now. When I say slash, these big slashes.
I guess so. All right, what we got on the other side of the picture? If you're watching on YouTube, we've got Yells, aka Run Yell, aka whatever he wants to call himself. Yells, introduce yourself to the people.
Yeah, Ron Yell, aka Yells. You may have heard of me from something called SimWorld. Really, I'm the kind of guy that likes to walk up to the line. So you guys beware. I'm gonna try and cross the line, or at least just touch it. I'm every extreme that you could ever imagine. Where Rick Blaze is //. I'm really just one thing, and that's always right, except for 7 times a year. I do give myself that buffer.
Okay. I'm not going to AKA myself. I'm just Marshall. I'm here to have a good time. I don't know where you know me from, so if you've figured out the other two, that's great. I'm just here to kind of keep things on the rails because I have a feeling my two co-hosts aren't going to do a great job of doing that. And this is our podcast, Tell Me I'm Wrong. What's the point of Tell Me I'm Wrong? Well, one of us, maybe multiple of us, are going to come to the table with an idea that we feel passionately about, and we're going to ask the other two to tell me I'm wrong. We are going to debate that topic. We're going to have some subtopics underneath that we'll dive into. But the whole premise is you have to feel confidently about what you believe. We all have opinions. We're going to dive into all of them. We are also not sponsored, but you wouldn't know that from an ad read that we're going to do at some point in this podcast. That ad read, however, has been written by one of our other two co-hosts, and we have not seen that ad read content until it happens. So Yells, because he was late today to recording, is going to be the first person that has to read this. So we'll get to that. He doesn't know who he's going to be sponsoring, or rather not be sponsored by. We are going to get to it. I think that sums it up. I think that's the lowdown here for Tell Me I'm Wrong. So the premise of this one is very simple. It's Thanksgiving Day. You're listening to this on Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. But I think that Thanksgiving is overrated. It is a day in which we have to, in many cases, I think for some of our families, begrudgingly spend time with people that maybe we don't necessarily always want to. People get more excited about Friendsgiving these days than they do Thanksgiving. You eat food that can be hit or miss. Somebody gets really lazy and brings canned cranberry sauce, which in any form I believe is disgusting. Somebody spends 7 hours drying out a turkey that's not good, and you have to drown it in gravy for it to be edible. Meanwhile, we all just really want to watch the 3 football games that are on. And now if you're Detroit, you actually have a good time at noon. Before, it was just a 2.5 to 3 hour beatdown that you were experiencing on Ford Field. That's no longer the case, thanks to that coaching staff. Or you are stuck watching the Dallas Cowboys at the 4 o'clock window, which might in and of itself be punishment enough. Which is why I think that Thanksgiving is overrated. We hype it up. We always talk about it. You have to travel to get there. Airlines jack up the rates of prices of cars, of flights, of hotels. You're stuck sleeping on a couch. None of this sounds exciting because 1 month later, we're just going to have Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever holiday you want to celebrate, or the New Year at the end of December when everybody is actually excited to get things done. That's why, Rick, Thanksgiving is overrated.
Marsh. You tripping, bro. Listen. First of all, it's the only holiday where you're gonna get crackhead Jimmy, your cousin April, and Lion Thelma at the table at the same time of year. It's the only time they're allowed in the house at the same table at the same time. Thanksgiving is the only holiday that matters to most of these families. And as far as the food is concerned, I do apologize. You haven't been to any soul food houses to get some real cooking for Thanksgiving, brother. Cause that stuff you've been describing sounds like garbage. I'm
Yes.
talking about dressing with the chicken in it. I'm talking about cranberry sauce. Yes, I do like the. I prefer the can, Marsh. I feel seen over here.
We'll get
I
to that.
prefer
We'll
the
get to
canned
that.
cranberry over the homemade cranberry sauce. It's the only canned good that's allowed for Thanksgiving at all. The canned cranberry sauce for sure. You tripping?
Yells, I know you are maybe the biggest Thanksgiving. You might have a turkey tattooed on like your upper bicep with how
Yeah.
much you,
Don't
I
limit
think
that
you like
much.
Thanksgiving. It's
No,
possible. I don't know. Explain it.
Thanksgiving, number one, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and echo Ricker. I'm so sad that that's how you're eating on Thanksgiving. That would have a lot to do with it because food is a primary part of Thanksgiving. But you know
Yo.
what's more primary about Thanksgiving is giving some goddamn thanks, and I think that part's overlooked. And I disagree with you vehemently, Marsh, for a different reason than what Rick says. Because like I'm picking my daughter up from school the other day, right the day after Halloween, November 1st, the
Christmas
month
time.
of Thanksgiving. And Christmas decorations were up.
Yeah.
Everyone was putting up Christmas decorations. My 8-year-old daughter was like, I hate this. What about Thanksgiving? No one gives a damn about Thanksgiving. So how could it be overrated? There's no song. There's no one even calls it Thanksgiving. They're like, oh, Black Friday's coming up. Like no one cares about it at all, Marsh. So I can't imagine how it's overrated. The song, guys, viewers, whoever's listening in on this pocket, send Marsh your Thanksgiving songs. Put his name in them, sing them for him, because
There you go.
Thanksgiving can't be overrated because it doesn't even exist to people.
See, I
It's
think that's
underrated, bro.
exactly why it's overrated is because we have said we don't care about Thanksgiving and we're gonna spend the 2.5 hours of Thanksgiving giving thanks. And then we're just gonna beat each other up at Best Buy or Walmart to get a $200 TV that's initially marked at like 700, which really probably wasn't, but we won't get into what they're actually selling you on Black Friday. But
And the one
that's
that you want is actually coming out next week. That's why they're selling it
right.
now.
I mean, like we got Cyber Monday that's coming out. We got Black Friday. Like that tells me
It's
that
nothing wrong.
Thanksgiving
You
doesn't
can
matter.
give thanks. You can give thanks and give yourself a gift too. Who says you can't have both? Is there a rule that says you
You're
can't give
you
thanks
got people
on
trampling
Thursday
on
and
them.
then shop your little hearts out on Friday? You've already given thanks. What more can you be thankful for?
Wait, though,
So are
Rick.
you
Black Friday starts at like 2 o'clock on Thursday now. Like it's crazy. Like Thanksgiving
Black
is
Friday
gone.
Eve? That's what Thanksgiving is. Well, I think that
Listen,
Rick. I think that we're just Rick, or excuse me. I had a thought, and you was coming off on it, which is perfectly fine. But like to you, you're giving things. Are you? Here was what it was. Are you taking the approach of it's like, well, if I prayed on Sunday, we can get real ratchet the rest of the week because so long as I show up at
no,
8:30 in the
Marsh,
morning, is that what you're saying here?
Marsh.
We can
That's
get
not what I'm
ratchet so
saying.
long as we
Ev-
spend Thanksgiving together.
Everybody know when you pray your righteousness only lasts for 2 days. You gotta go back to you gotta go back and pray on Wednesday. Or best just
Okay.
pray every day because you only get enough grace for one day, Marsh.
Plus,
So no,
nobody
you gotta
parties
pray
on a
the next
Monday
day
unless they're a
and
monster.
then get ratchet and then pray again and then get. You got to go day. It's day for day, Marsh.
So
That
that's why
ratchet life is
Thirsty
day for
Thursday
day.
became a thing because people were like, well, look, I went to church Wednesday night. I'm
Yeah.
good. Like, I've got a 48-hour window Thursday, Friday
And I'm
night. We
thirsty.
can get out
And
of
and
control.
I'm thirsty. I'm really thirsty.
Right.
I'm parched.
Okay. Hey, that makes sense. But so we're just kind of using Thanksgiving as our hall pass,
Our
yells.
way of giving thanks. Only you can describe how you want to give thanks, Marsh. As long as you give thanks, whichever way that works for you,
I put
that's
it.
what Thanksgiving
Hey,
is for, my man.
Marsh, if you got better meals on that day, you would be grateful, wouldn't you?
Hold on,
You'd be
hold on.
real
But
grateful.
explain to me, Mom. So I'm saying the turkey's dry, which I guess probably isn't true all the time. And if my mom's listened to this, it was great, Mom. I tell you what. But so we're talking turkey, we're talking gravy, cranberry sauce. I mean, what is wrong with the meal that I'm
Where'd you,
providing?
you're missing you're missing so
Yes, I
many
have not listed
good.
everything. I'm not going to do a menu here.
Okay.
Like,
What's your
but
what's
what?
your favorite? What's your favorite? I'll start baked mac and cheese. I can literally eat it until I don't use the bathroom ever again. That's my go-to. What's yours,
Baked mac,
Marsh?
boxed stuffing, and we're going to get into the box versus
Oh
scratch
my
argument.
god.
But give me that box stuffing every day. I would eat that. So every Thanksgiving I forget how much I love
Yo, this is
box.
wild, son. This is wild.
I have the palate
You
of a
said,
5-year-old.
and you're gleaming with pride as you're saying it. That's what's really throwing me for a loop
I
right now.
mean, this is what I mean. Like, it's overrated. If I'm sitting here saying the thing I look forward to most is the Kraft boxed stuffing. Like, how good of a or how good of a holiday could it be? I don't say that about like Christmas. I'm not looking forward to the boxed sugar cookies. I want that homemade sugar cookie.
You poor tortured soul.
Well, hold on, time out. You're the one saying you like canned cranberry sauce, which I don't know why anyone likes
That-
any type of cranberry.
It's
That's
literally
the
the only
only
item
thing-
that cannot be from scratch, to be honest.
Correct.
You can't
No,
just mash up
no.
cranberries.
We don't like it that way. I want the hardened, been in a can for way too long of a time, and it's coming out like Jello, so I can mix it in with my dressing properly.
Is that
Come on,
not how
man.
it's supposed to be?
That's how. But the real cranberries, no, it just has a different. I don't want the fruity taste. I want the artificial taste. Marsh, okay?
Well,
I can't explain it, but that's what I like.
So then why am I getting the 7 whatever the phrase is that I can't figure out right now? Why am I getting the runaround here about my boxed
Box of
stuffing
scratch, is that
argument?
what's on the
Because
screen
it's
right
gross,
now,
Marsh.
too?
That's gross.
Look, let's get to it. You know why? Because it's not even bread. It's not even actual
Are we
bread.
sure? Are we sure about that?
I'm
Cranberry
positive.
sauce
That
is a
guy.
condiment. You're trying to make a boxed meal. That's not how it goes, bro.
That's exactly how it goes, in my opinion.
What's the brand, Marsh? I mean, you know
think
what? I'm
Kraft-
gonna put it up. I'm gonna put it up this Thanksgiving. We're gonna have regular dressing, and I'm gonna do box dressing on the side. I'm not gonna piss anybody
It's
off.
not- no
if
one's
I
gonna
let
eat
them
it.
see it.
No one's gonna eat it.
But what's the
They're
brand?
gonna-
What am I supposed to be looking for?
What do you add to your box dressing? I'm all in on this box dressing.
Can we
I
know
wanna
what the brand is first? I need to know what the brand is.
I think Kraft does it. I think it's Kraft is the box. I think. Look,
They
I'm a
make
Kraft stan over here.
cheese.
What's up?
They make cheese. What does that have to do with dressing?
They also make
Can-
great macaroni and cheese, and I don't think you want to hear my take on what macaroni and cheese is
Yeah,
better.
but they don't make
So they
dressing.
make dressing. They make dressing too now.
No, the stuffing. It's just chunks of bread. You put it in a pot. You put some water in it, and there's stuffing.
But it's
made.
not bread. Oh,
It's not bread.
Wait.
I mean, it's not bread.
Wait. What? How do you do it? Tell me again. How does this work?
You just get a pot. You put the stuffing in there. You fill it with water.
What?
boom.
What is the stuff? It's a box of what? What is it?
Just box of little tiny breadcrumbs. They kind of look like croutons, if we're being honest here.
Rick, I got you.
Okay, so it's a box. So in that box, it's a little crouton.
No.
I've never seen this damn.
No. You remember the little?
Pretty
You
much.
remember?
That's not what it is.
You remember when you were in school and like you went to like NASA or you went to like one of the space, like the space, you got to see what astronauts eat,
Yeah.
and they had little packets
Yeah.
of powder.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's what
Oh
it
yeah.
is.
Them look-
It's not. That's not too
So you
far.
pour
off.
that. So you pour that in water,
Yeah. Then you
and then what else?
wait. Serve when warm. You know what I'm saying? Serve with salt and pepper. Serve to taste. Season to taste. That's it, baby. We're getting the official. We got. Yeah, baby. Here we go. You 1.5 cup of water. You can use chicken or turkey broth if you're feeling a little frisky. You just boil that bad boy up. You put in some butter. You throw in the stuffing mix. Remove the pan, fluff the stuffing, and serve it with a fork, baby. I mean, come on.
Bon appetit.
We're eating good in the neighborhood. I mean, come on. What's going wrong here? I don't know why we're hating on
And you
my
said
box
that's
stuff.
your favorite. That's your favorite item.
Yeah, because it's like the
Ooh.
turkey's hit or miss. The
So it
turkey's
gets,
like,
it
is it
gets
gonna be-
worse from there.
That's the saddest thing I've ever heard, Marsh.
It's good
That
stuff,
is the
dude.
saddest thing. That is the saddest
stuff.
story I've ever heard.
There was one Thanksgiving. I think I was in college. So I was home for Thanksgiving,
Thank you, Lord.
and I was sick, and so I could not go to Thanksgiving meal. So my family leaves, and they're like, "You stay home. Don't come with us." And I was like, "Mom, bring me some stuffing." And she came back with a gallon Ziploc bag full of stuffing. She said, "I got you two. I got you." Someone made homemade stuffing, and someone made box stuffing. I was like, give me the box stuff. Like, let's stop debating this. That's all I want. Give that to me and inject it into my veins, and it was fantastic. I mean, it's the good stuff. Speaking of manners, that's what I want to know about. What we said that we're not talking about those things, but what are the things that is off limits to talk about on Thanksgiving? Because apparently, liking box stuffing is off the table for you two.
Yeah, we definitely can. And we can't talk about. Listen, we want to have a good time in Thanksgiving because people who are there you haven't seen all year long. So there's been a year worth of things that's transpired that you want to pick and choose what you want to talk about. A year worth of things have happened. Let's not talk about Ray going to jail for the third time again. Everybody know. Let's keep it positive, folks. Let's keep the food going, let's keep the flows going, keep the drinks going.
We know. Marsh, have you ever talked about Ray going to jail?
No, my family did not have anybody going to jail in it.
What about
That's
Ray
not
Ray?
A commentary on anything. It's just a statement of fact.
What about Ray Ray?
Wait, so Marsh, if you had someone in your family who had went to jail, would they be considered like the black sheep of the family?
I don't think so. I mean, that's a great question.
But you're not 100% sure.
I'm not sure. We've never. I guess we've lived a privileged existence. We've never encountered that concern in my family that I'm
gonna tell you,
recollecting.
You haven't been that privileged. I'm telling you, you know why? Because I'm gonna be thankful and grateful that I don't have to eat box stuffing on Thanksgiving.
So what are you? So Rick won't talk about Ray getting breaking probation and going back in at the holidays. What can't you talk about during the holidays or during
if
Thanksgiving?
I'm at my mom's house, I can't talk about anything because it's just shut up, boy. What you talking for? Hey mom, I love you.
Still
listening. If I'm at the wife's spot, anything is up to be talked about. I will say, if you remember my intro and you guys know me, I'm gonna try and figure out what is off limits and I'm gonna bring it up. We'll see what happens.
So what's been the worst scenario in which you brought up something that was off limits that you either did or did not know was off limits?
So you're kind of in this. You're in this space right now, Marsh. You can appreciate this, or you're gonna learn to appreciate it. There's something that you're gonna know about your significant other's family that you ain't supposed to know. And I think what better time to bring it up than when all the family's around to bring it up in a real subtle manner, just kind of like a question, and just see what happens.
Sure. Okay.
That's how you got. Oh my God.
Yeah.
There's more there. What's that? What's that? That's where you what? Where were you finishing that sentence?
No, that's where I'm saying that's what he brought up at the table.
Yeah.
I thought you were inside information on yells that you could have shared that would have been.
No, I don't have any. No, I don't. I don't have any.
That's what's off limits. The what is off limits, but at that table, yeah, let me go ahead and bring it up.
For me, I didn't really speak to anybody, so I was just kind of like, let me get that box stuff and let me try to find the TV where the game is on. So like off limits stuff probably was
most
like
of the people don't even know. Home now. So you said people don't even they forget that you're even there at some point.
In a perfect world, yeah. I might just go home. I couldn't drive growing up, obviously. Rural. I grew up in Vermont. If you don't know who I am, so you're kind of. It's cold. Yeah, foliage. Rick Blaze is a big foliage fan. I want because of that. I want to bring that up. Couple of years ago, Rick and I were chatting, and he says, "Hey, it was fall time." He goes, I went up to New England once. He found out I was from Vermont. He goes, I went up to New England once. A girl made me go up, and we went and saw all this foliage. And I'm like, I don't know what he's talking about, so I'm just not going to continue this conversation. So we keep going. He brings it up again. He goes, yeah, that foliage was really nice. And so I was like, Rick, what is foliage? And he said, oh, it's when you go up into New England. I mean, how do you not know what foliage is? I was like, I don't know. What is it? You go up, you look at the trees. It's really beautiful. All of the leaves have changed. I said, Rick, you're talking about foliage, not foliage. But that's Rick. Foliage.
I'm from the South, dog. I'm from the South.
I I clearly can tell that. But no, for me, like the conversations I couldn't bring up is probably just like, Marshall, shut up. We're here for the next 2 hours. Like you can't go home, or it might be when is the pie coming out? Because that was a big deal for me. Was when is the pie coming out? I wanted to know. But I feel like there was definitely was things. It was probably something about one of my brothers was doing something, and I didn't want to be around them. That probably was a not to discuss. But we didn't have the family going to prison topic too much.
So if that's the case, that means the person at school making C's is like they're dogging him out. The C students who getting dogged out at the table because there's nobody below that person. There's no one lower than it. Oh, no one makes a C either in the family.
We were just mediocre. We were just average students. So if you were C'ing it up, you were pretty good. People were happy with that. C's get degrees. Can you get to college? Then we're happy with that.
C's get degrees.
I guess we weren't stupid, right? No one. I don't think anybody in my family had to take summer school. I hope I'm not speaking out of turn. I know my brothers didn't, so we were surviving. I said pie, so I'm curious. What pie, Rick, are you going with? Are you?
That's easy.
Like family.
That's super easy. I'm from the South. There's only one answer. If you're in the South, there's only one answer. Anywhere else, I can't speak on your behalf. But down South, it's sweet potato pie, and it's not even close, bro. Sweet potato pie all day long. If you look it up, sweet potato pie was the first. It was even before. I tell you what, I've never seen a person actually take a pumpkin and make pumpkin pie. I've seen them get pumpkin puree out of a doggone can and pour that in a jar, but I've never seen somebody take a pumpkin to make pumpkin pie. Tell me I'm wrong.
I can't. I've never been to a pumpkin factory that makes the pumpkin. I have to imagine they're taking all the innards out and grinding it up. I assume.
But you're getting you're getting it from a can, right?
The puree. Oh, you're saying like you haven't seen somebody make the puree from scratch.
When we make sweet potato pie, we're actually taking the actual sweet potato and we're actually cooking it to make the pie.
Potatoes.
I know it's a wild thought, but that's kind of how it's made.
So you want your pie to be handmade, but you want your cranberry sauce to be dirty from a can.
There's an exception to every rule. There's the exception.
There's the exception. Yells, what's the pie that you're eating that you're clamoring for?
Sweet potato. Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. Maybe like 5, 6 of them, because I'm going on
5 or 6 full pies.
Yeah.
Full sweet potato pies.
I mean, I like all the Thanksgiving food, but I really am only there for the baked mac and cheese and the sweet potato pie.
A good sweet potato pie is phenomenal. It's nothing better than that.
So sweet potato pie just looks like
sweet potato pie, Marsh?
I don't know. I mean,
no,
I feel like it. I'm looking at pictures right now. So so the family that I spent Thanksgiving with growing up was like an extended family on my mom's side. She had one sister. My aunt doesn't have any kids. She's not married, so it wasn't like you're spending it with your first cousin. We were spending it with my like 3rd, 4th, 5th cousins on my mom's side. So aunt, cousin, whoever, she would bring out pies, and she would make a boatload of them. Like she had like 2 to 3 chocolate pies. She made blueberry pie, raspberry pie, apple pie, sweet potato pie, pumpkin pie, what's the like coconut cream pie. Like she's making everything. And I was always a sucker. I'd start us off, because I was a chubby little dude, I'd start the palate off with a chocolate pie, and then I'd make my way to an apple pie. And maybe I'd do a pumpkin pie to clean it up. 1 slice each. I'm not like Yells. I'm not eating a whole pie on my own. But that's how we would roll.
Y'all slinging pies out there.
Yeah, sweet potato pie. I don't know. Maybe I never. I feel like I must have had a sweet potato pie, but
I don't think you did. I think you
remember. Now if you're still claiming pumpkin, you can't claim pumpkin if you have sweet potato. You're not going back.
Is sweet? So what's the consistency of a sweet potato pie?
It's a lot like pumpkin. But just imagine this, if I may, Rick. It's essentially pumpkin pie, but good.
With soul. It's pumpkin pie with soul.
It's sweeter. It's sweeter than pumpkin pie, but it's the same consistency. It's gonna look the same.
So really, we're calling sweet potato pie, but to you, Marsh, it's soul pie.
Soul pie. Why is it soul pie to me?
Because it's gonna be warm into your soul, brother. You're gonna get a little bit of that in you.
Is there
it's gonna hit different.
Is there one you
But see,
refuse to eat?
I get it all the time. So it's just plain old sweet. It's like I got the nickname. You got to call it by
Wait,
its
you get
government
sweet
name.
potato pie all the time, Rick?
Anytime I want to, brother.
Well, do you want some tomorrow? Because I would like some. I don't have to wait for Thanksgiving. I'd rather not. I'm not laughing. I'm being very serious. I'm being exceptionally serious.
We'll chop it up.
I'm gonna be left out of the sweet potato pie making
Marsh,
contest.
do
that
you
two
remember?
are
I feel
doing.
like if you had sweet potato pie, you remember when you tried shrimp and grits?
Oh, I did. I didn't know I thought that was gonna be disgusting.
Yeah, was it?
No, it was pretty good, and I didn't make it that well. I'm
Yeah.
sure because it was me making it. So how good was that gonna turn out?
If y'all would like to see some crappy AMSR, you go watch the video.
Don't
You'll find
look
Marsh
up.
doing it on camera, putting
Don't
the
do
shrimp
that.
and grits together.
Don't do that. I'm not even gonna tell people where to find that because that's not worth any of their time. I've cooked up a shrimp and grits meal here. I don't hate it. It's super cheesy. I put for 1 cup of grits, I put a quarter cup of sharp cheddar cheese in there. No, this is good stuff. You know what? I'll retract my shrimp and grits hate. This is I'm all for it. If you guys got recipes on how to do this better, let me know because I'm sure my white ass did not cook this all that great. And it's terrible, and it's just a silence of me chewing and going. I think that we need to let people know who we're not sponsored by. So, Yells, I want you to go into our folder, and you've got a quick ad read that we need to let people know just who is not sponsoring us here on our inaugural episode.
Yeah, so today's podcast is not sponsored by Gold Bond. If you're Ashley like me, there's only one brand you should trust to keep your skin looking fresh and smooth, and that's Gold Bond. They're specifically formulated products to help restore my skin, even when it's looking drier than Houston in July. I'm not perfect. Oh, that one really hurt. I'm flawed. Sometimes I spend too much time putting product in my hair and not on my skin. And I know when that moment is when my wife and kids say, I feel like sandpaper, and they won't hug me. That's why I turn to Gold Bond. It moisturizes my skin and makes me feel like a little bitty baby, which I am. So don't be ashy. Be Gold Bond.
Give me a round of applause. That was beautiful.
I did not know that about you, Yells. I thought you took care of yourself.
Oh,
And a Tony belongs to, and a Tony goes to.
God.
That was very revealing. It takes a brave man to admit that on a podcast. So thank you, Yells, for that, and thank you to our non-sponsor Gold Bond for that fantastic segment.
There you go, Bond.
All right.
The worst part about all that whole segment is that I don't even use product on my hair. So there's no product on my hair or skin. Like, this is bad. I'm out here I'm struggling. Is that?
Hey, man, don't mess up our deal, man. Don't mess up our Gold Bond deal.
Oh.
Yeah, they sponsored us.
He didn't mean to Gold Bond. He used it product all the time.
You guys are great. Gold Bond. Sponsor us. Yes, please.
He didn't mean to Gold Bond.
All right, so coming back in, we talked about some football games are obviously on Thanksgiving. It's always right your noon Lions game, which was always the skippable one because the Lions would lose. The 4:15 on Fox was always your Dallas Cowboys, and then they've I think recently added that third game over the last decade or so, and that's kind of your wild card, just Thursday night football matchup. Rick, I'll start with you. Game. Is the TV on, or at Thanksgiving dinner, is that you cannot be seeing a TV anywhere in sight? You are focused on family and food.
Hey, when the men get to the Thanksgiving table, when we show for dinner, there's two things you can guarantee the men of the house for sure will be doing. One, playing dominoes, and two, watching the football game. And most of the time, we're doing it at the same time while eating food. So for us, for it's me and my house and my people, TV on. But we're only watching the game. We're not watching the stories. There's no Lifetime. There's no Christmas movie. We're only watching football. That's it.
Do you have the Thanksgiving Day parade, Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade on in the morning? Like, are you watching parade to football throughout the day, or or is it straight skip on the parade portion?
Well, unlike you slackers, I can't watch the parade because I'm cooking that morning. So for everyone else, maybe it's parade time, but that's my time. I'm
You're
doing my
cooking your
thing for
canned
Thanksgiving.
cranberry sauce.
No. You can't cook cranberry. It's already jailed.
That must be hard work for you then, just taking off the can. I mean, that is
Man,
difficult.
I'm responsible for the mac and cheese and the
Okay.
dressing at my house.
Man,
Okay.
you already know I don't do any cooking, Rick.
I'm
But
the
y'all
man
are
20
both giving
grand over
me
there.
a grand idea for this Thanksgiving. I am absolutely supplying the cranberry. I'm bringing the cranberry sauce,
I
and
tell you.
I'm bringing dressing, boxed craft dressing.
Box.
Yeah.
I had a
Stuffing,
girl
not
bring me.
dressing.
She gonna show me. She's like, "Hey, I brought you some cranberry." So I was like homemade in a Tupperware. I said, "Girl, get that mess out of here! Eat no homemade cranberry sauce. Give me that canned cranberry and get on about your business."
Marsh,
So Rick, let me get. Well, hold on, I
ahead,
want
I'm
to get
sorry.
something straight out of Rick first. So you're saying Thanksgiving is great because you get to spend time with family and give thanks for
Yeah.
one another. Meanwhile, when the meal is actually being served, you're focusing on dominoes and football and not just your family. That feels very hypocritical, contradictory.
No, because I'm watching TV and football with my family.
So you don't care about the conversation going on with the
That
family. It's
happens.
just
It happens. It happens too. We talk a lot.
it's
We do
just
a lot of talking doing dominoes. So it's a lot of talking going on. It's a lot of savory talking and some unsavory talking going on. It's a lot of talking going on.
talking about
So,
Ray Ray
but it's
coming back.
all part of the family component, though. It's all that's what I expect when I go there. I expect all
So
of that to happen at one time.
So you don't want the Thanksgiving movie style of everybody shuts up, little Jimmy's over
That's
here,
just
and
TV, Mark. That's just TV. That doesn't happen in real
right. You
life.
guys are like screw that. We're getting
We doing
rambunctious.
our thing, man. Everybody
Yeah.
here, people you ain't seen
Okay.
all year. The little boys outside playing basketball, doing whatever it is they doing, or playing a video game in the back. Like everybody got their own thing, but we all here.
Okay. Yells, you were gonna ask something, then we'll kick it to you to see if you got the TV on or not.
No, I mean, I was just gonna pose the question to you. You're so structured and format. I know you were gonna get to your. I was just wondering, what do you watch TV?
Oh, we couldn't have the TV on. Why do you think I think Thanksgiving's overrated?
Can't have it.
The
Like
football
someone will come
game,
smack the remote out of here. Like
they'd
what'll
be like,
happen?
so we ate Thanksgiving dinner in a garage. So it was cold, which I didn't love. And the TV was in the living room. So we would
Did you
get
say
there
you
and
ate
we
it in
always,
the garage? Did I hear that right?
yeah, we ate it in a garage or in a very cramped room. But if we were inside, we kind of mixed and matched, right? It was never at one person's house. But if we were inside, TV was off. You had to turn the TV off. You could not have a game on. So we would always miss the conclusion of the Lions game, and we would never get to really watch the Cowboys. And I grew up as a Cowboys fan, which was painful because then you'd turn the TV on and they'd be down by like 14 points. And you're like, oh, okay, you got the wrong imagery if you're tuning in. I think you're wrong. I think the TV should be on. I think it should be on. We just never were allowed to have it on.
And now we see why you don't like Thanksgiving. It makes if I had your Thanksgiving, I wouldn't like it either. It makes sense.
It does sound really
poor
rough.
guy.
It sounds like the
I know.
food is bad. You can't watch TV. It's like we're gonna talk about this. Here's what happened this year. We're
Get
gonna
my
talk
mom
about
on the phone. I'll give you my mom's
It's like
phone
this-
number. You hit
It's
her
like a
up.
Chevy Chase horror flick or something. It's crazy.
It's a National Lampoon's Terrible Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I mean, why do you think I'm bitter and Uncle Scrooge over here? Rick, or excuse me, Yells, your TV's on then, I'm assuming?
TV's on. Mine's a little different though. Like so, where Rick's saying like so I do it with the wife's family. Mom's actually coming through this time, so it's gonna be really interesting. But oh boy, it's gonna be interesting. The food is good, right? But I don't do any cooking, so I literally get to show. Here's how it is for me. Here's the vain run yell. I get to show up. I eat.
Right,
I
mess.
eat some more. I start an argument. I get away from the argument. I insert myself in the conversation whenever I feel like it. I watch the games, but really I do want everybody to shut up so I can hear the game. But that's not what happens. That's not what happens because it is loud and everybody's all together. Selfishly, I just want to eat, hear the game when I want to hear the game, stir the pot when I want to stir the pot, Almost like if I just had a remote on everyone. So yeah, the TV's definitely on. It's not heard though.
Well, I mean,
Is the
let's be honest.
volume even on when the TV's
No,
on?
it
Rick?
doesn't need
Is
to be.
volume on for you?
Yeah, it depends. It might be low. It's not loud. The volume isn't loud. If it's on, it's not loud. Only the people sitting right there in front of the couch probably can hear it. No one else outside of that can hear it.
So I'm curious, are you setting up like tables in the living room, like a bigger table, or is it like you're coming over, the house is not getting adjusted, we're just grabbing a chair wherever you can find one?
Pretty much.
Absolutely. So we're coming over our house. We're coming over our house not adjusted. Marsh, this may be a news flash to you, but we have dinner tables too. So we do have actually dinner tables. We have rooms.
Hold on, time out. I didn't think that you didn't have a
We have
dinner
long
table.
tables and chairs,
What?
and everyone can. And it's crazy enough, everyone can sit at the table and still see the TV because our TV is pretty big. So yes, so we have all those things going on at one. And then there's a speaker over here, so there's music playing in that room, and a game is
Whoa.
on in the other
That's pretty
room.
loud.
So everything has its own thing.
TV and speakers, you're bougie,
Yeah,
holy cow.
depending on where you are in the house, we got something for everybody.
Wow, look at you. Okay. I'm Ron Yelly, I feel like there's no way you don't have just a nice dining room table that everybody's just piling around.
It depends on where you are. So look, I think we kind of getting into the culture stuff for us. Like generally speaking, Rick, what do you do? Let me see if I guess. Is it in the past? Had it not been at a grandmother's house?
Correct, at my grandmother's house.
That's generally what it is. Grandmother's house. For us, like they just try to get you in there and feed you, baby. Like it don't matter where you sit. You can sit at the table. Now when you bring it into our generation a little bit more, like Chris wifey, she probably wants everyone to sit at the table. But by the time everyone starts yelling and talking really loud and walking around, you can't control that environment. You eat and talk. People are just all over the place. So like
And people coming in at different times and stuff. So now we do have a moment. Look at Mark. Mark, like you guys got
like a
when you
set
want
time?
when people show up. That's the question I wanted to ask. I don't want to lose where you at, but what time does dinner? Because this is the funniest part. What time is Thanksgiving dinner for everybody?
I think it was like 4:30 or 5.
It varies for us. It's between 3 and 6. One of those times between 3 and 6.
I'm living life then. Thanksgiving dinner, stupidly enough, starts at 1:30 until we're eating at 1:30 until whatever. All day long.
That's good. 1:30 is good.
I can get on board with that. That's a good time
1:30 is
to
good.
eat.
Till the food runs out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense. So who's hosting? Are you hosting now, Yells?
Yeah,
now
I
that
am. I am.
you're hosting. Wow. Is this your first year hosting? I feel like that answer was a no. It's not your
We
first year.
did do it one other year. I don't really all that I just said, I don't like people at my house. I really don't. I don't like guests.
He loves Thanksgiving when it's at someone else's house.
Yes.
Right.
The worst part about it is I do love having everybody over, but I'm excited for them to leave, and I think I show it. So I don't know how comfortable that is for everybody.
Makes sense. What about you, Rick? Are you don't strike me. No offense, you don't strike me as the hosting type. You strike me as the go to somebody's house type.
I'm definitely the hosting type, just not for Thanksgiving.
You.
But,
Oh, okay.
Thanksgiving
First of all, had me in the first half there.
for Thanksgiving used to be held at my grandmother's house when like everybody came over. But now every family's kind of doing kind of like more of their own family situation. So it's held at my parents' house. So we do Thanksgiving at my parents' house, and it's kind of more of the immediate family right now. Like I said, I do the dressing and the mac and cheese, and when I go over there, whatever my mom isn't finished cooking, she's gonna put me to work cooking on that too. So, but that's a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun.
How
Yeah.
many?
So
So
that's
you
what
said just immediate family. So how many people are we talking?
we
Because
talking about maybe like I'm counting nieces and nephews and whatnot, like 8.
okay, that's okay. Is yours similarly sized, Yells?
But when it was at my grandmother's house, it used to be like 40, 50, like at a time.
Moly!
Yeah, it used to be crazy. Like, cause you got everybody, every cousin, every aunt,
Right.
every uncle. Yeah, it's like 40 folks in and out.
Sheesh. Yells?
Yeah, probably about 15, 20 different people coming in and out.
Okay. I want to know the best story, and it could be it doesn't have to be Ray going back to jail on Thanksgiving for all I care. But what's the best? Good, bad, ugly, terrible. What's the best? I'll give you time to think because mine is very very obvious. So my wife and I live in Florida. All of our family is up north in New England, and so which is why I feel it's overrated because it's expensive to travel. If I just had to drive somewhere, I'd probably feel a little bit different. But having to fly a month before Christmas when you might be flying again, it's very annoying. So it was COVID 2020, and a little bit about my wife. She doesn't eat anything because she's allergic to pretty much anything that you could possibly eat. So she can't eat gluten, she can't eat dairy, and she is by choice vegan, but also I think allergic to meat in some capacity. So she like Thanksgiving to her is like just everything is amended, right? Everything's got to be like gluten free and dairy free mac and cheese, which spoiler alert, not that great. So it's Wednesday and it's COVID. So everybody's got to be, no travel allowed at this point in time. And I walk into the grocery store. I'm like, well, I will like a Thanksgiving meal, but I don't need to make a whole turkey for myself, nor do I need a whole box of everything, and I don't need a whole can of everything. So I go and I buy turkey for one, a small thing of gravy, a little tiny pre-made potatoes, like mashed potatoes, and I swear to God, I probably looked like the most depressing human being as I checked out with this everything for one person. And the cashier was definitely like, this guy's spending Thanksgiving alone. Nobody likes him. He has no family. I hope that this guy makes it through and sees the light at the other side, because this has to be the most depressing Thanksgiving known to human existence.
It's like one of those Nicolas Cage films.
Oh yeah. If it was a movie, they put the filter on. It starts to rain. The sad music starts playing as I take my turkey.
The dog pees on your leg as it walks by. Exactly.
Somebody drives past me in a vehicle and they hit the puddle and they splash me. That was that Thanksgiving. The meal was perfectly fine, but I knew I just looked like an absolute loser just walking out and like, here's my turkey for one. Can't wait to microwave this tomorrow. This is going to be great. And that was it.
My God.
All right, one of you two, I don't care who. One of you has to have a good story down from Houston.
I'll go, Rick, if you still ponder.
Go ahead.
So my mom was a police officer of 30 plus years, and I used to have this friend. His name.
He doesn't look like a police officer though.
Hey,
how you think police officers supposed to look?
We're done.
She don't look like that. That's all I said.
She's a lot older now, Ricky. You might want to think about it. A lot older. So she was a police officer of 30 plus years.
That is, so you saying that now changes a lot of what Rick just said, because that is not what that's you opened that one up, Raniel. That's not what I thought he was insinuating. So okay, this changes. Okay, continue.
We'll come
please.
back to that. Another podcast. Tune in. Maybe we'll put a picture up or something. But yeah,
15 seconds to catch on.
So she was an officer at this time. She's an officer maybe 15 years. I don't know. She was an officer for a long period of time. Mom's super strict, and I had this one friend that got in a lot of trouble. Shout out Derek if you're there. I won't say your last name. And she would consistently tell me not to hang out with them. She's like, you don't do these things and blah blah. And this is like the night before. And I hear on the phone one of her friends like, yeah, he won't stop hanging out with Derek. Derek smokes, and I'm an officer, and he would never do anything like that. My son does not get down there, and honestly, I really didn't. I'm like maybe 14, 15. But she's like, you gotta stop hanging out with him. So she asked me to invite him over for Thanksgiving. He stayed in the apartments next to ours, like literally right across the street this Thanksgiving. So I went to go get him. His mom wasn't there. His sister wasn't there. He was there. And he was smoking. And he said, you want some? And I'm 15. I don't think I had never done it before. And I said,
no.
Yeah.
You said no.
So we smoked. My mom. Let me also add. Oh God, if she's watching this, or listening in. So,
You still might have a whooping coming, son.
I still might.
You still might have a whooping coming.
Not only is she a police officer, she was a juvenile investigator. So when we would get into arguments or whenever she was scolding me, it was I know everything because I'm a juvenile investigator. No kid can get anything by me, whatever. We sat down for, I brought Derek back. We sit down for Thanksgiving dinner, high as a kite.
I know you high to your mind.
All of the weed in the world. And we're eating. And all I hear my mom saying is, "Oh, you boys must be hungry. It's really good. Y'all really enjoy it." She didn't have a clue how high we were. And I was shocked that she didn't even know.
No, she couldn't smell it?
My mom's not the mom to not say something, right? She was just pleased. Oh, they really, baby, get you another plate. Aren't you enjoying it? I was like, this is crazy. So yeah, that was the craziest moment I remember. And she's probably gonna find out after she sees this episode. So or hears this podcast.
Your mom, she knew, bro. She let you off the hook on that.
My mom, I would have got a whooping right then. The whole Thanksgiving would have been shut down, and she knew. I would have got my ass whooped right then.
She had to have known, bro.
She didn't.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Sorry.
Rick, can you top that? Can you top the getting high in front of the parents?
No, I don't think I can top. I mean, I have a memory as a kid that was interesting. I make it really, really short. We was in the back acting up as kids, a bunch of us, and so the adult would go back there and say, "Hey, you guys, stop making all that noise, la la la." Cool, they'll leave, and we'll act up again. And since about the third time, my aunt is like, "I'm gonna get your Uncle Henry to come back there." And so Uncle Henry, real cool dude, grabs me. He come back there, "Hey boy, which one of y'all making on?" Then he was like, "You come here, boy." And so he grabbed me. He took me into the bathroom. And so like, I'm like, dang. So he looked at me. He said, "Hey, I'm gonna use this belt and I'm gonna hit the sink. You better start hollering. They better believe you. They better believe in whooping you over behind real good." So he started hitting that sink, and I start hollering. And then he came. He said, "Now stand here." And he came out there and he said, "Now who else? You know how you pop your belt? You know how you just pop your make the now who's next?" And the kid, everybody just boy, they was balling in that joint, yo. Yo, I had about a good minute of them just watching them ball, and I came out there. Yeah, so that was pretty funny.
Is that where you got your acting debut? You had to
shout out to my uncle, man. Shout out to my uncle, man. He had enough love for us, man. He was like, "Man, I don't want to whoop nobody tonight, man. I'm trying to have a good time." So shout out to Ed.
And we have a little fun. For those who don't know, like me and Rick actually go back as friends for quite some time. Marsh, you too, but Rick and I have kind of known each other a little bit before that. I have to ask a question. Does Uncle Troy partake in Thanksgiving? While he's thinking about that, the reason
when we used to have it at my granny's house back in it's been years.
He has an uncle named Uncle Troy, right? We talk about whatever we want. He has an Uncle Troy. It's the funniest story on earth to me. It's the funniest uncle. We both. I share a friend and a cousin with Rick named Nick, and Nick had a spot. He had the spot that we would all kind of meet up at before we go party or go do whatever.
Yep. The spot was.
One day we go upstairs, and if you can imagine a apartment or a home, when you walk in the entryway, Marsh, there's tile right there. But the rest, it's like just at the entryway, and then it's all carpeted out. Can you envision that?
Yep.
Yeah. So I think Uncle Troy's first time coming over to Nick's house, and I was there too. So Uncle Troy walks in the door, and he stands right there on the tile area and doesn't move. And Nick's like, "Hey man, you can come in, or you?" And he's like, "No, I'm good." He's like,
Nick has a no shoe policy on his carpet.
Yeah. Well, he's like, you can. He's like, "You want anything to drink?" No. He's like, "Man, help yourself. Like, you ain't got to just stand at the door." And he said, "Do you want something to drink?" And I'm not gonna add the expletives that he had, but what he said was, "Nah, I don't want nothing to drink because I don't have to offer you something when you come to my house." And he meant it. There was no laughing. It was a very serious comment.
Look, mind you, my uncle's he's not a small guy. He's standing in a square tile. The entrance is just the entry point of an apartment. So it's probably what?
I'm gonna say it's
4 feet
by
by 4 feet?
It's 3 by 3.
4 by 4? 3 by 3? He stood right there for 2 hours. He didn't
Can't
move
move.
because he didn't want to take his shoes out. Because you couldn't wear your shoes on the carpet. Then I ain't taking my shoes out. I'm staying right here. My man stood there for 2 hours. Had a conversation, dialogue, the whole nine, just didn't move.
What's the no shoes? Didn't want to take the shoes off. Why not? Like just didn't want.
He had nice carpet. I think it was like a white carpet or something.
Well, no, I get the not wanting shoes on the carpet. I'm saying, why wouldn't your uncle take off his shoes?
Oh, you have to ask him. I don't know. Listen, I can't tell you what another man doing with his shoes. I don't know.
Rick's gonna say he don't know. Marsh, maybe you're trying to allude to some funny joke about his feet. I'm gonna tell you just from being around them. I know it's not that. I can tell you what it is, Rick. I tell you. And we come back to Thanksgiving because I want to know if he's hanging out. It was more so. Ain't nobody gonna tell him what to do. it was more of that than anything. I'm not gonna take my for what? No.
Maybe so. Maybe so. Maybe so.
Man of principle. Yeah. Man of pure principle.
So. Absolutely. So does he,
All right,
does he come over for Thanksgiving? You should invite him this year.
You should invite him and tell him to take his shoes off when he gets inside.
Listen, we got like a week or less than a week for Thanksgiving. We don't make.
We're recording this ahead of Thanksgiving. If you're listening to it on Thanksgiving,
yeah.
Clarify.
You don't make right. So it's too late for all that.
Marsh, I got a question. I'm gonna put you on the spot live. Oh, it's gonna be fun. Make sure they tune in. Who is the one person that always joins Thanksgiving that really frustrates you?
Oh,
pretty much for me.
Yes.
We're
being honest here, man.
Probably just. I mean, look, I probably.
You gave me that ad read. You better answer this, sir.
Just all of it. You know, it was my family was good.
He has somebody in mind that he wants to say.
I don't want to. You know, it is the holiday season. I don't need to do that.
Well, let's do this. Hey. You don't have to say it, but there is someone. Tell me I'm wrong.
It's not the someone, it's the someones. You know, it's just like. So growing up, I was the only. So we didn't have football on because nobody cared about the football games. Like me and one uncle cousin cared about the football games. So like I'm sitting there being like, I just want to watch some football, eat some pie, and have myself a nice Thanksgiving in my own little way. And they're like, no, we're gonna play categories and we're gonna sit in this cold garage and we're gonna enjoy one another's company. I'm like, I don't enjoy any of this. So for me, that it's not that it's the one person. Just I would rather have been sitting there watching football.
So your Thanksgiving is really like the movies.
Attempted to be like the movies. Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
It was always like you came in and look. Maybe this is a melanin thing more than anything. But when we would come in, it was 4 p.m. TV's off. You're sitting around the table. We might have had a kids table, but the kids table was like intermingled with the I would always sit next to my mom and my dad or whatever. And I'm very confident that if you asked either of my two brothers, they would have a very different opinion of it all than I would. Like I'm not saying I'm not wrong on it being overrated. I am wrong on the feeling that I had of it all. But just it was very much like all right, bring out the turkey. It's gonna get carved, and you got all the, everything set up everywhere. It was they attempted to make it into a, big old family gathering.
So
which I guess it should
would you say that it's more about the presentation than the experience
of Thanksgiving? You're saying? I think it's just like, I mean, I would be down for. If we were just sitting around like watching football and just TV was going on, people were just kind of left their own devices, and it wasn't like, hey, we have to sit down, we have to do this together. But that's not just wasn't what our family did. We were always no, we have to sit down, we have to watch this thing or not watch anything. We have to have this conversation going. And I was just like, my Cowboys are getting their butts kicked. Like, can I please watch that? Or, growing up, like Quincy Carter is trying to go on the game-winning drive here. Let me see what's going to happen. And they would ultimately obviously lose because the Cowboys suck. But no, it was that. I mean, look, I'm going to be a little dramatic here. I think Thanksgiving is so overrated that we leave the country every year for Thanksgiving rather than go home. So that's it.
You come back from your trip. You come back from your trip and there's Christmas trees everywhere.
You know what he
There's,
needs
don't
to
you
do?
worry, there's a Christmas tree downstairs right now, baby.
You leave the country, so that means that you're not bound to doing Thanksgiving with your family. It sounds like you would enjoy Thanksgiving with us. It does.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you guys sound like having a good time. Yeah.
That's what it is. It's a good time.
I need
That's
a
why we
salt
still have it.
Thanksgiving. That's
That's
what I
why
need.
that's why we look forward to it every year. Cause it's a
Right,
good
yeah,
time.
You guys are turning up. I'm catching the flights are still stupidly expensive domestically, so I still dislike that. But maybe I'll go to Houston next year for the
There you go.
my
It's a
wife
lot
with me.
like it's probably a lot like Thanksgiving or just like family communion back in the old days. Like it's a lot of gluttony. Just like how much can you eat? How loud can you talk? How many conversations can you have? How much can you drink? Just do it all. Like that's
And
really
there's
what
and
it's
people gonna
about.
be taking random naps in between all of that in their spaces.
And come back and
Just
eat
be,
some more.
someone be on the couch watching the game of nap. You by second, third quarter, you're gonna miss a quarter. Everyone's gonna miss
Yeah.
at least one quarter. That's just how it goes.
And then are
When
you
you get
guys
up, you
straight
gotta
out
quit.
for Black Friday? Are you just like time to go out and buy stuff type of vibe?
Nah, I chill.
I don't do
No.
Black Friday at all. I hate it. And I despise it.
Well, I think so. I've seen that for Black Friday, what they'll do, they being producers of things, they'll release stuff and they'll say, "All right, TV, it is originally marked for 550, but it's on sale for 300." But really, the product that you're buying, they've made specifically for Black Friday. So it's not something that the week before was listed at 550. It's that it didn't exist the week before, and now it's just on your shelves. But they're gonna tell you, "Hey, we're giving you a $200 discount on whatever."
Right.
So that's kind of why I've never.
It's also the stuff they want to get rid of, though. That's what it is. Like, yo, there's a new Sony TV that's gonna be 15,000K visibility coming out next week. Today we're gonna give you the Walmart TV for $17. You come get that one or whatever the brand is. So they beat us that way.
Get all the garbage off the shelves, so you come back in a week and a half, and you buy it.
Get this new
It's
stuff.
all what marketing and all that junk. All right, that's our show. Appreciate our not so sponsored Gold Bond for keeping
Absolutely.
keeping
Thank you,
yells
Gold
nice
Bond.
and moisturized. Don't forget to especially now winter months. Don't forget to lather up. Anytime I leave Florida, I immediately dry up like a little prune. So get your Gold Bond or whatever product you feel like getting. Boys, anything else to close out on before we head out to a first episode conclusion? Any parting thoughts?
It's time to grow up over here, man. Y'all keep it safe. Y'all keep it light, but stay dangerous.
Yeah, when the Cowboys are on the screen, go find something else to do. No, there's no need. We can all band together and not watch. We can end the tyranny of watching Cowboys on Thanksgiving.
Here we are. No more Cowboys, and do whatever Rick's doing. Zend out over there. He's ready to eat. That's our show. Appreciate tuning in here on YouTube or on Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes every single Thursday. Make sure to follow along on social media. Appreciate you jumping on here on Tell Me I'm Wrong. We'll see you next Thursday.
Yes, sir.